When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. 80% of Central American women and girls are raped crossing into the United States. Now, I mentioned this, and they said, oh, how could you mention a thing like this? I had no idea it was this bad. It's horrible. Nearly 180,000 illegal immigrants with criminal records ordered deported from our country are tonight roaming free to threaten peaceful citizens. The number of new illegal immigrant families who have crossed the border so far this year already exceeds the entire total from 2015. They are being released by the tens of thousands into our communities with no regard for the impact on public safety or resources. You can imagine what those countries put into the system. They're not putting their good ones. And remember my opening remarks at Trump Tower when I opened. Everybody said, oh, he was so tough. And I used the word rape. And yesterday it came out where this journey coming up, women are raped at levels that nobody's ever seen before. They don't want to mention that. So we have to change our laws. And the Democrats, what they're doing is just, it's insanity. Nobody understands what's going on. So we have to have strong borders. We're going to have the wall. We've already started building it. We have $1.6 billion. We've started building it and fixing miles and miles of wall that's already up and fence.
This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez. The Biden administration said Monday it's officially ending the controversial Trump-era Remain in Mexico policy and will no longer force asylum seekers to wait in Mexico while their cases are resolved in U.S. courts over months and years.
The images on your screen are of construction materials meant to build former President Donald Trump's border wall that have sat untouched for years, ever since President Biden came into office. According to Republicans, $300 million worth of taxpayer-funded wall components thrown to the wayside until now. Just as Congress began to move on a bill that would have used the materials to continue border wall construction, the Biden administration has been auctioning off the pieces for pennies on the dollar, according to the New York Post.
We had the safest border in the history of our country. The border, all he had to do was leave it. All he had to do was leave it. He decided to open up our border, open up our country to people that are from prisons, people that are from mental institutions, insane asylum, terrorists. We have the largest number of terrorists coming into our country right now, all terrorists, all over the world, not just in South America, all over the world. And this guy just left it open. And he didn't need legislation because I didn't have legislation. I said, close the border. We had the safest border in history. In that final couple of months of my presidency, we had the safest border in history. Now we have the worst border in history. There's never been anything like it. And people are dying all over the place, including the people that are coming up in caravans.
Thank you, President Trump.